must have hurt. Be more careful while crossing the road next time. Luckily, your sense of sound saved you from an accident. Did you know that we are blessed with 5 special senses that help us live in and enjoy the world around us? Even though you don't know about them, you just used all of them just now. These 5 senses are very important to us. They let us feel the world around us in 5 different ways. Different parts of our body work together for us to be able to look, smell, taste, hear, and feel.
We use our spiritual senses, mind, will, heart, conscience, memory, and imagination together with our physical senses, sight, smell, touch, taste, and sound to pursue our needs. Satan can hijack us in any of these areas in order to lead us into disobeying God's commandments.
A human being on a daily basis has 6,000 thoughts. Can you believe it? 6,000 thoughts, unique thoughts that we go through every day. Our subconscious mind is always busy thinking about good things and not so good things. When a child reaches the age of 10, they've received 100,000 no's in life, right? Subconscious mind is, I remember years ago I'd gone to a 10-day meditation. I was changing jobs, and it was called Vipassana meditation, which was insight meditation. Of course, at that time I was experimenting different religions. And this is where I was in the Berkshires in Massachusetts for 10 days. You couldn't speak to anybody and no eye contact. You got a macrobiotic diet, and you would only get breakfast and lunch, no dinner. At 3 o'clock you got tea. First timers could have herbal tea with a piece of fruit if they wanted. But for 2.5 days I'm sitting in the meditation hall and visualizing my nose like it's a foot away from me. And I couldn't feel the effect of my breathing. My mind was so loudly, it was speaking to me constantly. Those thoughts were like hammering me, Finally, at the end of the 2.5 days, I would wake up in the morning and there were 4 of us in a room. There was one woman who never woke up, and I'll tell you a story, what happened, what I found out about her. But anyway, we'd wake up, fill our plates with breakfast, it was all the holistic stuff that we could eat. But the interesting part is you would think that you're not getting dinner, so you would want to fill your plate with lunch and breakfast, so you'd compensate for those 12 hours of no food, right? At the end of the 2.5, it was in the afternoon of the 3rd day, as soon as I merged my visual nose with my real nose, it was like a paradigm shift for me. I realized that my mind was so busy talking to me and talking about all the negatives and focusing on the woman who wasn't getting up. But then I said the answers were within me, right? So God has created us with the 5 senses that we talk about to handle all the hierarchy of needs. He's also created a subconscious mind. And the point I want to make is Satan is going to attack you through your subconscious mind. All the time, he has control over the atmosphere. He's going to plant those negative thoughts in your mind constantly. Of the 6,000 thoughts that we have a day, I would say 80% of them are negative. If you're not focused, intentionally focused on driving the negativity away and living a life of gratitude and thankfulness, you're always going to focus on the negative thoughts, right? Long story short, the woman who I was focused on those 10 days that wasn't waking up, on the 10th day, when we all met to meet and greet, we were getting ready to go home, I found out a month ago she was in such a bad car accident. And her back was ruined and she was in so much pain. And I said, wait a minute, why did I waste time? You know what I mean? That's the human person. But your subconscious mind, see what we're trying to teach you here is you can intentionally work on that subconscious mind, but all the time when you feel love in your heart, either you see something in nature, someone doing something for someone else, right? Serving someone. Do you feel God's energy in your heart? Do you feel His love in your heart? That is the Spirit of God. God can only touch you in your heart Satan can touch you through the five senses and through your subconscious mind. But God works on your spirit. Our whole idea is to focus on God's spirit within the heart, and through it, everything else changes around you, right? When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Have you ever realized in a matter of 10 seconds, you may have been doing something that would harm you or hurt you, but in 10 seconds, when you change, when you look at something that you're doing, you can change the destiny of what your reaction is to any incident in life. Yeah? So think of God's spirit. Whenever He works in the heart. It's His spirit that's working in your heart and making those, changes in your heart. Yeah? So I just wanted to share that with you. Any thoughts? Any thinking?
What you're saying is very powerful.
Yeah. Yeah. See, we've learned in the discernment of the spirits,
Yes.
right? First you look at what's coming to you. You look at it, you try to understand, and then you take a few minutes and then make a decision, right? Try not to make a decision on the spur of the moment, right? We've learned that, What are the three things? It is be aware, understand, and take action, right? Because then you're intentional in your action.